Hey, what's going on, everybody? Oh man, the hits just keep on coming, don't they? I was sitting here thinking, and I don't know who may need to hear this, or whether I just need to tell myself this, or what's going on, but man, it's tough. But it's okay. I'm going to sound like a broken record playing over and over and over again, but it's something that everybody needs to hear. No matter what walk of life you're in right now, no matter what trials you're going through, no matter the storm that you're in, there's a few things you need to know. And that's the storm that you're in right now will pass one day. No matter what you're facing, it will pass. The pain will subside, the hurt, the missing of someone, um, the guilt, the shame, whatever it is you're feeling right now because of whatever storm has passed will eventually fade. Eventually. But only if you allow it to. You see, when storms come into our lives, they manifest there for a different reason. Each person's a different story. Your storm could be the loss of a loved one, whether it's a breakup or a passing. Your storm could be financial. Your storm could be an addiction. No matter what it is, it will pass. But only if you rise above the storm that's in front of you, the storm that is just pounding against you, and that it seemingly has taken away the light that you have. Your light's never gone. What you have and what you're capable of, what we're all capable of as individual, is outstanding. And unfortunately, a lot of times, especially in this day and age, we get told you can't do something anymore, or you're not good enough, or you're not strong enough. And that's the complete opposite. We are strong enough to overcome whatever obstacles in our way. Now, doing it alone, leaning on God's hands, whatever it is, we can face it because we are strong enough to. Now, it may not seem like it. It may seem like there's no hope left. But there is. There's hope inside you. There's hope inside all of us. But when that storm breaks against you and it batters you and batters you, you have two choices. You can stand there in the rain and let life continue to pound you down. Or you can get up and you can face that storm head on and keep going. Yeah, that's going to be kind of a common thing because it's what you do, you know. So no matter what it is that you're going through, that you've faced, that is still haunting you, there are things you can do to get back. Again, I don't know everything. I'm just somebody here talking to a camera. But I know I'm actually speaking to you. I'm speaking to you who has the capability to change the course of history. We all do. All it takes is one person that braves enough, that is strong enough to get up and take tomorrow and not worry about losing it because of yesterday's defeat. Okay? My yesterday has been 2 years. And I'm finally starting to get okay. I'm finally starting to be okay. But 2 years. It takes time. It takes healing. It takes mending. It takes changing who you are. Or rather, it takes changing who you became to come back to who you are. And it's difficult. I often speak of, love in many forms, how it can be the most powerful influence on one's life, and how it can be the most devastating. Because love in itself, in its purest form, is amazing. And we as humans are drawn to that. We are drawn to affection. We are drawn to love. We are drawn to being accepted by someone. And when we are denied that love, when we are broken because of that, that's when we start looking at other avenues that aren't, let's face it, that most of the time makes the situation worse. And when you find love and peace in yourself before you find it in anybody else. Now I know each individual is a different circumstance to a degree, but again, I keep coming back to finding the person who you are. And when you can look yourself in the eye and know that that is somebody you can love, then that will change everything. Your mindset will change, your attitude will change, everything about you will change. If you keep thinking you're just down and out, if you keep thinking down about yourself, then that is what you're going to put out into the world. But if you start to think highly of yourself, that is going to change. And don't put it onto other people. When you find someone or whatever the case may be, you don't identify solely with that person, with that achievement, because you can go and be the next Bill Gates, and if all of a sudden that empire you grew crumbles down and you're left with nothing, then that's it. But if you build the empire up inside of you, raising yourself, bettering yourself, and all these little things, having your own business or having a nice car, whatever else, material things aside, those don't define who you are. The people you hang out with, the celebrity status you have, the popular status, how many likes you can get, none of that matters. Because if you're focusing so much on that, on everything but you're setting yourself up for failure later on down the road, because you're losing what's most important in life, and that's who you are. As an individual, most things now want us to be cookie cutter shapes, and we lose something so significant. We lose our individuality. Yeah, that's a word. Let's go with it. We lose ourselves. Because if we just keep on being cookie cutters and just being the way the world makes us out to be, there's no gain, there's no advancement, there's nothing. You're left with just this row of identical individuals. And that's not right. Kind of getting going off on multiple random tangents. It's a tough life, folks. Life is tough. You know, pointing fingers saying, oh, it's because of them, or oh, it's because woe is me, or it's not. It's life. Life is tough. You know, often I remember thinking back onto a couple of my friends who came to me for help. This was years ago, and I didn't know a thing about life at the time. I was a young kid, didn't know much, still don't know much. I know enough to help people, an old soul, if you will. But they came to me and they were asking for help. They were asking for advice. They mostly wanted to vent. And it was just about life getting them down, breakups, stuff like that. And I just kept reminding them it's a stepping stone. You know, it's hard in the moment to realize that each step forward we take is just another stepping stone to something greater. And when we find a stepping stone, and this is kind of what I said, is when we find a stepping stone, and sometimes we get comfortable in there and we want to stay in there, but at the same time, if you stay on a stepping stone, it's hard to build something that is larger than this little pebble. And the analogy behind it is you're crossing a lake that has these little pebbles. And these little pebbles are just moments in life that change things, that help you, most times that hurt you, but they're stepping stones. The idea is you step past each stone. And when you hit a stepping stone and you stumble and you fall into the lake, most people will either stay in the lake, or they'll get back on the stepping stone and just kind of stay there. Well, one, you're already wet, and two, you've already gotten to that point. So why not try and take that third step to the next stepping stone? And you keep going past these stepping stones until you reach a big enough area where you start something new. Whether it's a family, a different business career move, something that jumps you to the next level. And then you start the process all over again. You have your new area, and then you go to the next stepping stone. And then the next. And really have going through that, speaking from a relationship point of view, it's hard. Because when you date someone, the idea is to marry them, obviously. And not just hang around with, fool around with, have a good time. Though we're guy, speaking as a heterosexual male, yeah, I've done that. It's not great. I look back on it, regret it. But those are stepping stones. And in that case, when something happens, you break up, long time together, thinking it's the one. You have a few choices. You can stay in that stepping stone, be miserable, try to go back a step, see maybe if that's the one, or you take what you've learned and you take that next stepping stone. A lot of times we try to go back, or we just stay put. And that's just not in finance or not in relationship. That's in everything. You get comfortable in a job. You get comfortable in an apartment. You get comfortable, in school. You get comfortable just whatever, wherever you are. You get comfortable and you don't want to take that next step because you could fall. Because you could fall into the lake and get wet. And in this metaphor, lake is life and wet is hurt. And we don't like being hurt. I don't like being hurt. I mean, it's not fun. But the lessons we learn in life rarely are fun. Sometimes, most of the time, the best lessons we've learned in life is through pain. Because pain can sometimes be the best teacher. It's like working out your body. You're effectively causing pain on yourself to become stronger. And when you apply that to your heart, your soul, mind, emotions, it's a game changer. I mean, I'd rather have the ever-loving crap pummeled out of me than go through a emotional pummeling. Because you can knock me down physically and I'll get back up, but you knock someone down emotionally, it's hard for them to get back up. It's the worst kind of pain. But you still have to go and get up. Because sitting down ain't an option. Laying down ain't an option. Getting up and moving forward. Getting up and taking that next step. That is what's important. That's how, if you look at everybody who has been successful, they will tell you time and time again, they've fallen down, they've failed, they've done all this. But us as a society has twisted so many things around to where failure isn't an option. Pain means stop. If you're not having fun, stop. And all this. And it's completely different. That's not how it's supposed to be. You are supposed to hurt in order to learn, to grow. You are supposed to have fun, but not at the expense of taking away more than you can learn just for a moment of pleasure. And whatever it is, whether it's you're choosing to go out at night to the club to hang out with your friends instead of going to work or studying or doing something to better improve your future. That's where we kind of get twisted as a society to where it's okay to do things. And it is, to a degree. Have fun, but not at the expense of who you are. If that makes any sense. If any of this makes any sense. It's difficult. It's hard. It's frustrating. It's scary. But it's all going to be okay. Because if one person can change your outlook on life, if one single person can come up to you and change something, imagine what an army of those people could do. Imagine what a united society of people like that could do for good. Gives me hope. That's why I'm here. And I gotta tell you, there's a lot more knockdowns coming in my life, I can tell you that. But I'm gonna choose to get up. Even in the moments where it's probably, that's not gonna be my mindset, but that's what's gonna happen. Because yes, it's okay to hurt and feel those things. But you let those feelings and everything go. And you choose to get up. You choose to move forward in life. Because sitting down there is miserable. being angry all the time is miserable. Being depressed all the time is miserable. So, what are you going to choose to do? I hope you choose to follow me and get up. Because I tell you what, I felt like I was standing, and then literally just a few hours ago, something came by and just bulldozed right into me. Have plans set, everything was set to have a great time, nice 3-day weekend. But I choose to let something get to me. I chose to let the past gnaw away and take away from my time. But not anymore. Because we are going to rise. We are going to stand. So take those stepping stones, one step at a time. Don't stop. Don't lay down. Don't give up. Because it's easier to give up than to move on. So, I hope you're gonna rise with me. Because I want to take tomorrow. Shoot, I want to take the next hour. Let's not even worry about tomorrow. Let's just worry in the moment what we're doing now. Tomorrow may or may not come. What's important is what you're facing right here, right in front of you. You know, don't worry about tomorrow's fight when you have a fight in front of you. Obviously, you plan things to work better, so when that time comes, you can face it more appropriately. That's fine. But let's just take it one step at a time. You with me? I hope so. Because I'm gonna need help. We all need help. That's why most of the time we're here. It's an escape. It's a avenue to get out. I hope I can help. That's been my thing from day one. I want to help. And I hope these fumbling, mumbling words help somebody out there. If not, I hope you stopped by and enjoyed it still. Yeah, so that's a thing. Everything's gonna be okay. We're all got this, right? Hooah. I'm gonna try and get some more stuff coming to you guys, and just kind of go from there. It's hard. My computer needs serious upgrade. I need to buy a new computer. That's not cheap. And I got things with work, so in the meantime, you're gonna have to catch me fumbling and mumbling around with these things. Sorry, I'll get what I can out. More content coming, hopefully soon. I'm gonna try and do something. I'm gonna try to do some things. I got some ideas, so see what happens. But it's gonna be okay, guys. As long as you try and get up, because each time you try, it gets easier, just a little bit. But eventually it'll be okay. But you gotta start at a little. Alright, that's enough rambling. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Love you guys.